Another engagement post, another friend buying a home, another job promotion, and here you are, staring at your screen, wondering if you're falling behind. But here's something no one tells you. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. The truth is, we aren't supposed to be following someone else's timeline, but yet we keep comparing ourselves. I want to let you know that feeling behind is a complete lie. Start seeing your journey in a different way. Because once you do, that feeling of behind will go away. If you don't know this already, everyone is figuring it out. No one ever feels like they're ahead. Like, can you even think back to a time at work where you actually felt ahead? Even the people we compare ourselves to, everyone has their own silent battles. We don't get to see all the lows, especially on social media. Remember, life is not a list of things that you want to check off. It's the story and the character that you become. We tend to think of life as a straight line. You go to elementary, high school, university, you get into a relationship, you focus on your career, then you get married, and then you have a kid, and you know what I'm saying. But life is not a straight line. There's going to be bumps and roads and comebacks and so many things that make your story unique and yours. There are people who didn't find their stride until they were 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Everyone is on their own timeline, and you are also on your own timeline. You are not late. You are simply walking a different road. And remember, you can't compare someone's 300th day on their journey to your first day. We all start as beginners, and most of the time you don't get to see the journey that takes that person to where they are at the end. We always just see the end and hope to get there as fast as we can without realizing that there are so many different ways to get to the same destination, so many different roads, so many different types of terrain. Social media is manipulating you. Mostly everyone shares about their highlights. Just think about it. When was the last time that you posted about your struggles on social media? Think about it. It's pretty rare, right? We share our highlights, we share our vacations, we share our milestones on there. So it doesn't really give a realistic picture of someone's life. Barely anyone shares their struggles. So why do we keep thinking that everyone's life is perfect? If you're the type of person that tends to compare and feel bad about yourself after you go on social media, I encourage you to mute accounts that make you feel bad about yourself. And also maybe limit your exposure to social media. Like, set yourself some rules, whether it's an hour a day, 30 minutes a day. Because what's the point? Your energy should go towards your growth, right? Not someone else's timeline. So if social media is making you feel bad about yourself, take some time away from it. Do you ever wonder why you are always in such a rush? I can totally relate to this. Even walking, I don't know where I was rushing to. I was always speed walking, and there's so many moments where we feel like we need to rush. Why are we on a rush? Let's learn to embrace the small moments that actually mean so much. If we just take a moment to pause and look at how far we've come and all the little beautiful moments that exist in everyday interactions in your environment. A question I really like to ask, if you find that grateful practices are difficult for you, or you just feel like, oh, I don't want to do another gratefulness practice. A good question to ask is, what's something that delighted you today? Is there a moment of delight for you today? For example, for me, I tried my very first aerial yoga class today, and at the end of the class, you go into the little wrap, like a little cocoon fetus, and that was a moment of delight for me. It was just, I felt so safe. So I love hammocks, first of all, and in that moment my body just felt so light, so held. Yeah, that was my moment of delight today. Remember, success is not about speed. There could be two people who get to the same destination but have totally different outcomes. And what I mean by that is that one person might have learned a lot more than the other person. And this can especially be true in a concrete example such as taking an online course. You can go through all the modules and speed through them and try to get the answers versus someone who's taking their time to actually maybe learn the content and apply it into their lives. They are both going to get that certificate, but one person would have actually understood so much more of the content. So again, success is not about speed. Sometimes your growth isn't visible yet. And remember, it's beneath the surface. Similar to, if you're trying to get a six-pack, you might not see your progress as you are doing those ab exercises, but there is work being put when you do them. It's not visible right now, but something is happening inside. I love the idea of life is not a competition. We're all a team. And if someone wins at something, instead of thinking that you gotta beat them, use it as inspiration and think of, wow, they did it, I can do it too. They did this, I can do it too. It does help when you have someone who maybe looks more like you, grew up more like you, which is why I love to see more examples of diversity. Instead of feeling like they're competition, root them on because that's amazing, and also use it as inspiration as you can do it as well. I remember that feeling of being behind. It took me 8 years to get my bachelor's, which normally takes people 4 to 5 years. My first full-time job was when I was 25, and by that time people were already working for so many years. I felt like I was behind. I felt like I was stuck. What am I even doing with my life? And so the moment I stopped obsessing over my timeline and feeling behind, and I focused on my growth and myself, that's when things changed. I started appreciating my own unique journey, reflecting on everything I've done in my past and how that has led me to where I am today. Everyone's journey is unique, and it's such a beautiful thing. When something happens to you and all of a sudden it all pours, I had so many moments of that. Leaving a relationship that was really hard, and then my father getting sick and then eventually passing away, and then me failing my courses and getting into a car accident. I'm not gonna tell you this is all easy. Life isn't easy, but you are already resilient. Whatever life gives you, you're still here. We're all more resilient because of the pandemic. And as a result of those things that happened to me, I have my own unique journey and my own story. Remember, comparison is the thief to joy. So I want to know, what's one thing that you're going to do today to stop comparing yourself to others? I want you to drop it in the comments below, because maybe your story or whatever you say is going to inspire someone else. If this message resonated with you, feel free to share it with someone who might need to hear something like this as well. Let's create a space where we uplift each other and we work as a team, because we're all constantly changing, we're all growing. If you like this content and it brought value to you, please subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any other content just like this. And remember, your time will come in its own unique way. And let's be present to enjoy that journey together. If you like this video, you'll probably like my 12 lessons I wish I knew when I was 20, right over here. Sending you all the good energy and hugs. I will see you in the next video. Bye.